This will be your ultimate movement guide in the finals. We'll explain every technique that you need to know in order to become a better player and utilize movement to win your matches quite easily and win those trades. So when you verse a 1v1 target, you'll be able to kill them quite easily. We'll go through each option that you have in this game. So the first thing I want to talk about is essentially when you get towards the target, the first thing you do, obviously you aim in, you shoot the target, yada yada yada, normal. But strafing from left to right is very important. So keep that in mind that this will help you in your trades alongside crouching as well. So you can also crouch as you're shooting and be able to utilize that towards the target quite easily, making you a harder target to hit, and your headshot will change. So when the target's trying to aim at you, you're just zipping like this. So they keep pulling down. The one time you don't pull crouch and you go back to normal, they have to readjust for that. So things like that will help out drastically in trades. So that's something to keep in mind. That's like basic movement / trading. Alongside that, you have your running, then into your slide mechanic. So you can run, slide, shoot. And depending on the slope of the actual slide, you will be able to carry more momentum as well. Alongside, you can slide and then jump and hit the target as well at the same time. So that's another thing you can do, slide jump. It works in nearly every instance quite quickly. And it's very useful. So even around corners, it can work. Like if I was to go over here, slide and then jump, I'm still able to shoot that corner. Or if the target's around there, slide, jump, and then shoot the target as well. And with better accuracy, obviously, it's easier. I'm not playing with aim assist, so keep that in mind. And just easy to hit targets as well. So that's another thing you use in conjunction in order to make sure you win. You don't always want to slide jump in every situation. Say if I'm going through this area here, slide jump is sometimes can get me in a weird position when I hit another object or hit another obstacle, and that can ruin my jump. So majority cases, when you try and jump around a corner, just go for a single jump and hit around the corner. And be surprised how effective that is just on its own, because you can hopefully hit targets around the corner quite quickly and makes you a harder target to hit. So we're going to just go through every movement option you have. So we have strafing, which we talked about, crouch strafing, which is another thing also we mentioned. The jumping technique around corners, very important, even when entering a building, very important. You can also mix that with a jump slide, I believe, or actually jump crouch only. So you can mix that with the jump crouch and be able to hit targets, or jump crouch into just continuous crouching around a target to make yourself impossible to hit. That's something you can do as well. Possibility when you do slide jump, you can also bunny hop. So when you slide jump, bunny hop, and hit the target as well. But mixing it together will help out drastically. So they're like little combinations they can mix together really well. And bunny hopping seems like it only works once and then it stops. So that's something to keep in mind. And then you just want to go for it. You know, you don't want to keep bunny hopping because your movement penalty is there and that will make you an easy target to kill. In instances like that, when you do use your slide into bunny hop, you might want to just go back into crouch instead and play with crouching technique instead and start strafing instead. So using the basic forms of movement together in order to make you a harder target as well. Alongside that, there is possibilities of using the cover system as well to gain information. So you can use the cover system there. You can go around corners like this and jiggle peek essentially around the corner to gain information. And using things like cloaking device makes this much easier. We can just see targets and then go back to the corner, no issue. The target's shooting at me and I was to go towards him, I can actually start to confuse his camera angle by being up close personal. This happens in any game, especially asymmetrical horror games especially, but it works here really well in FPS. When you're close towards them and in their camera angle, they're trying to aim at you, but you can't really aim really well going downwards when you're that close. And it becomes harder to snap a target when they're that close and try and aim at the same time. So that's something to keep in mind. Once you actually go towards target, try to get around them as much as possible and shoot the target at the same time. And you should make it very easy for yourself. That's just going towards targets, crouching continuously, and using the close proximity that you do gain and affecting their camera angles in order for you to get an easy kill towards that target. Let's talk about the verticality. So in games like in the final, we have a couple of options for verticality. One is simply is the zipline. You use the zipline like that and jump to a higher level and then find your target and kill them. Another option is if a target like that target is over here and is trying to shoot me as I'm going up the zipline, you want to spin around as you're utilizing it and get to a higher point. But also keep in mind that you want to keep your camera angle towards the object you're trying to jump to. And kill that target, survive from this target, and then jump him. Or if they're coming up the actual zipline too, hold the high point and kill them as they're coming up. You know? Gives you a bit of options to utilize, but never stand like this on a zipline unless you're completely safe. If you're not completely safe, always zigzag on the zipline. It's very effective. With windows in this game, as you see, you can obviously go and contact the window, destroy, go to this ledge, and there's a technique to get higher. So instead of using staircases or zip lines inside the actual inner area, you can actually go from the perimeter and get higher. So you're going to go towards it, and get to the higher ledge here and jump up and you get to this point, and then we're on second level. And we can fight targets, destroy them, whatever it may be. But you can also go even higher with this, which is going to be a hard thing to do, but if you get used to it, it'll be very nice. There you go. Now on top level, find targets. Quite nice. Very, very nice. So in the game, you can also mantle jump. So as we're going towards windows, we're jumping towards window, utilizing it. You can also mantle off an object and go straight up. But also when you mantle off this object, you can also press space and it takes you back. That's letting go of all your buttons on your screen. Or on your keyboard or on your controller. So let go of your movement keys in general. When you let go of your movement keys as you mantle jumping towards an obstacle like that, press the space button and it'll send you backwards. So if someone's chasing you and you make a jump backwards and then hit them. You know? It gives you a couple of opportunities to make some crazy stuff happen in the game. I believe I can jump over it quicker with pressing space continuously. Like that. See? So instead of me actually walking over the obstacle, I can just jump over it instantaneously. Or we do our other technique when you jump and then let go and press space as well. So you don't fully climb it, and after the mantle, it straight goes into a space jump, which then I can utilize it to my advantage to kill target. And obviously jump pad. Jump pad's simple with its movement technique. Just slide towards it and you gain the horizontal. And if you just walk towards it, you gain a vertical. Majority cases, it's much more vertical. And then depending where you put your jump pad, if you put your jump pad on a slanted object like this, that will make you bounce more towards that angle than actually sliding off it. So you can just walk on it and it will fling you into that area down there straight away. That's on the medium classes only. So another thing in the game is a evasive dash. It only belongs to the light classes, and by doing so, you're able to jolt forward, as you see. It's not bad on its own. It's very effective. Just jolting forward for extra movement is always greatly appreciated. You can utilize this to just gain as much distance towards any area that you want to get to. So if I can't get there naturally through a zip line, which I don't have one here, I can actually just go with my ability, charge it, and now I'm up here, and I'm hitting targets as well. You know? So that aspect there is very useful on its own. So you can chain it to gain more movement throughout the verticality, and carry your own horizontal speed through there to glide across the map and get to a higher point. Or continue from one high point to another, and jump to a higher window. So in this case, easy like that, and just jump in and hit targets, whatever it may be. So that's a good opportunity as well. So with your evasive dash, you can zigzag with it as well. So if a target's over there shooting at me, I can go with my movement. So obviously go strafing left to right. You go ahead, your evasive dash will go ahead. You go backwards, your evasive dash will go backwards, as you can see. Quite quickly. But if you want to do the zip zag, you can actually go from side to side and press the button there, press the button back, and hit the target. It's so much easier to utilize in conjunction when you have it on a mouse button compared to just pressing Q on keyboard, but it will help you out drastically. In situations where you need to utilize it or makes you hard to hit from the enemy target, it's very important. Because on the enemy target screen, they're seeing you zip from there and they just like go from side to side. If you stop zipping, they constantly have to readjust while you're always on them as you're going through it, you know? That's really nice. And also, fun fact, you can also reload and dash at the same time. So it's a good way to utilize that as a way to reload before going for another full combat engagement around the target. There's also like circling, so you can go around the target and circle around the target as you're pretty much killing them. And it's very easy. You can also shoot between that actual animation as well, and you don't have to stop for anything. You just keep shooting around the target quite quickly. There's the target, and obviously I'm reloading, reload, and then kill. So that mechanic there is really good for the light classes. That's why many people are playing light, because of evasive dash, and it just works wonders. So utilizing the evasive dash is to your advantage there, while keeping your aim there and remaining with good aim between engagements will help you out drastically. And you can also hit targets like this quite quickly, and then go towards them, circle around them, and kill them. You know? I love those options that you can have on a light class, making you super agile. Obviously, even in situations where an RPG is coming towards you from a heavy class, if you're able to evasive dash backwards, sometimes you can actually survive that and you won't die. Because if an RPG hits you from a heavy class, you're pretty much dead. It does like 150 damage. It's kind of insane. So that's an easy way for heavy class to kill you. But with this ability, you don't really die because it's so quick and forgiving. Also on ziplines, you have a couple options with this. When it's sloped down like this, or even on the horizontal ones there, can still work there, but not as much as the sloped one. When you utilize it, usually you stop to a certain position, which is over here. So we're pretty far with utilizing this already, just by using a normal zipline and landing there. Not too bad. But you can actually make this better. So if you go towards the zipline and utilize it and jump towards the end, you can actually glide a little bit more and get towards a further distance. Which this will help with just horizontal movement on in verticality through ziplines. And you can use that as a way to enter as well to certain areas with targets being kind of surprised that you just fly past them. So it's quite nice for that aspect. And you pretty much gain a lot of distance compared to the normal jump, which was over here, or the normal zipline, where it lets you go over here. In this case, you're being let go from this position close around here, which is very nice. So a bit of distance just from that one thing. And all you need to do is just jump towards this point here. So in that zipline, you're jumping over there. So you're pressing jump when you get to that point there of the zipline. And by doing so, you'll be able to get flinged across towards that area instead of being there. So very useful as well. Oh my god, look at that distance. For a jump slide. So you can use that as a combination as well when you jump slide out of it. And be able to reach the end there as well from a zipline. Crazy, crazy. But the sliding, jump slide or the slide out of a zipline sometimes gets a bit buggy. But when it does work, you'll be able to cover crazy distance, that's for sure. But the one thing that this game does teach you when you do play the finals is putting all your movement techniques that we just explained. Those are the basic understanding of those movement techniques and how to use it. Then you put them all together. And when it comes down to gameplay, when you put that together as well, it becomes unbeatable. Sometimes in situations where you should be dead, you don't die. And that's the best part. Being able to not die in a game like this means you have more chances to carry a team, be able to win, and destroy targets quite easily too. So I think that's a lot of fun within this game. And that is why I love the finals, because the movement in this game isn't punished like other games, like Halo, for example, back in the day. Halo was punished a lot in Halo Infinite, the movement. Well, the movement in Halo Infinite was punished a lot. In this case, it isn't. It's favored to have good movement. And be able to utilize the movement in any trade, any event in the game, and have fun is a key component. But that's our movement guide, our ultimate movement guide to mastering movement in the finals. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. If there's any movement techniques that you know of, tell us in the chat as well, or in the comment section down below that we haven't showcased in this video. I'd love to know. If you mates are new channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow us on Twitch, join the Discord, code Lordy at Game Subs for 10% off, and also BloodThirstyLord.com. Joe Sport, greatly appreciate it. Hi. So jumping up, and jumping up again. And now up top. I'm actually looking up as well, Jesus Christ. I just realized.